Clarets TV speaking to Chelmsford City manager Robbie Simpson after a 3-1 win over Ipswich tonight. Must be pleasing to get a win in our last home friendly.
Yeah, again, I don't really care about the result, but it was really pleasing to see what we've been working on come into fruition in a game on a pitch, and to do it at home was really nice. We had a good crowd in tonight. It's lovely to see some new faces and some familiar faces. And I think they've gone away with a little bit more hope than maybe what they came with, because I think it was a really good performance from us, and we're getting closer now to the start of the season. So it's crunch time really for not only them staking a place in the team, but also us as a group being where we want to be. So a pleasing night.
Mm-hmm. And it was a different type of game than the other ones. You gave more players 90 minutes, less substitutions.
Yeah, all in the plan. So we had a couple of planned substitutions. Obviously, Simeon's had less minutes. He had a spell out through injury and a spell out through COVID. So we gave him 60. And then others just got the minutes that in my head, that I planned them to have. And then made a couple of substitutions at the end in terms of getting Luke and Evan some more minutes in the first team football, and they've been doing really well and they've been training. So nice to get them on the pitch again. And it's like you say, we're getting towards crunch time now. It's not long. August 14th is not long away, and we need to be ready. And getting 90 minutes in people's legs is getting them ready. And we'll probably see more 90 minutes on Saturday. I'll probably treat that even more like a game in the sense that I'm going to go into it with no planned substitutions, like I have done in the previous games. But I might think on the sideline, actually, I want to further look at this before next Saturday. So, but it'll be, it won't be planned.
Mm-hmm. And a goal for each of the strikers: Simeon, Jackson, Charlie Sheridan, their first in pre-season. Nice to get the strikers scoring ahead of the season.
Really nice, yeah. So I think they've all got one now in pre-season, I think. So including Callum Jones, and obviously Callum Harrison, when he's playing more advanced, he's got a goal as well, and Cameron James has got a goal. And so it's nice that we don't necessarily need one player that gets 20 goals. We need lots of players that get 10 plus goals and share the workload, because I've said we're not going to be an individual team this year. If we want to be successful, we need to be a team, and everyone needs to chip in, both defensively and offensively. So it's pleasing that they're sharing the goals around, but it's always nice for a striker to go into a season having scored in pre-season, so really pleased for them all.
And Ipswich, even though it was a 11 team, there were a few first teamers like Flynn Downs and Caden Jackson up front, very experienced strikers, so good test.
Yeah, well, the centre half has played 40 games in the Championship. Like I say, Flynn Downs will probably not be an Ipswich player. He'll be a Championship player come the end of the week, maybe. And then Caden Jackson was bought for over £1 million by Ipswich and is a fantastic player. So, and the rest of them, the rest of the under 23s, it was their strongest 23 side. The rest of them, so it was a good test. They were good footballers, and we had to go about our game a little bit differently to obviously what we did at Felixstowe, probably differently to what we'll do at East Thurrock. But I felt like large parts of the first half were excellent. There was a few details that were not poor, but we could do a lot better on. And I said that at half time, and that was what was really pleasing from me from the night, really. Every instruction or detail or message that I gave at half time was implemented in the second half, down to a T, really. And we looked really solid second half, and we looked really threatening as well because of that. So the big take from me from the night is that I gave messages at half time, and the lads took it on board and produced the changes or the little extra details that we needed to produce that second half performance, which was, I'm not going to say faultless, but it was really, really good.
And a bit of housekeeping from the squad. A few players missing from the first team: Ches Isaac, Louis Dunn and Adam Morgan. Give the fans an update around those.
Yeah, so Ches obviously had his operation, so he was running alongside us when we were doing our warm-up tonight, so starting his rehabilitation from that operation. I can't really give you any weeks, but I would hope within a month from now that he'll be back in contention. Louis, from the tough session on Thursday, I blame myself really, and I apologise to Louis because he had a couple of weeks out with COVID, and the first training session back was Thursday, and it was a real tough fitness sprinting session, and he just felt his hamstring, but it's not as bad as we first feared, and he was doing some running tonight as well, which is a really nice sign. In terms of timescale, again, I'm not sure, but I'm definitely not going to rush him back and risk him doing some real damage that keeps him out for a while. So timescales, I'm not really sure, but we'll take our time with him. And Adam's obviously been missing since Haringey. Yeah, so he's gone away. I'm sure he won't mind me saying, but he's gone away to work on himself for a bit and come back a better and stronger person for the team.
Okay. And our last friendly on Saturday, familiar foes in East Thurrock, former recently a National League South team, so it'll be a really strong test with the season just a week away.
It will, yeah, and exactly the test we need before the first game. It's a good setup there. I've spoken to the manager a few times throughout since the friendly's been put in place. I spoke to their manager a few times about certain different players that he might be after and how they're looking and how we're looking. Seems a good guy, seems a really good setup there. I've been told the pitch is a nice pitch, grass. So yeah, it'll be different test tonight again, but a challenging one and a new challenge for us to overcome. And all these different challenges are good because I'm sure that the whole of the National League South, there won't be identical games throughout the season. They'll all be different, so different challenges, and adapting is what we're going to all be about this season and overcoming different challenges.
Okay, thanks Robbie, and we'll speak to you on Saturday.
Cheers, Ben.